Hello everybody and welcome back to a different sort of Metroid hack playthrough. This is Metroid Adventure, and this is actually I don't know. I do not know. We're going to find out about this hack. Beat the Metroid of the planet Zebeth, they're actually from Metroid 388, and destroy the Mother Brain, yay. Hey, this looks familiar. This looks so familiar. What kind of hack is this? So, this is something new and different with the NES Metroid hacks. I've actually played through a number of different ones, but I haven't beat any yet. I've been recording bits and pieces of them, but no success so far. So maybe, and this is not Morph Ball. I want my Morph Ball. So yeah, I'm hoping to end up with something a little bit better this time. Get some actual completion going on here. And figure out what is all with this. This is, I guess, unlike some of the others I've read about and tried out, this is not supposed to be some ridiculous challenge, or as challenging, I guess I should say. So, we will see about that. It's supposed to be like some, that's weird, it's supposed to be some like really big or long hallways and such. Come here, you. Come here, you little gamer. Doesn't leave me anything, which is just wonderful. I always wanted it to not leave me anything, that's why I waited for it. So this is going to be completely different. And I hope to do more of these, too. Just to see how these things are, because I actually am not very familiar with any of the NES Metroid hacks. I guess they call them Nestroid sometimes. But I am not very familiar with any of them. I wasn't even aware that these ones existed until I discovered them on romhacking.net, so I have decided I would play them and give them a try. Where am I going? This is supposed to be, Adventure is supposed to be like this big, I guess, expansive world, I guess, for the Metroid universe. And it appears not much has changed. I don't think anything graphically has been changed. I think that was said in the, whatchamacallit, readme or whatever. Notes, whatchamacallit, all that fun stuff. And I am not finding anything. This is not right. This is Metroid. I should be finding items all over the place. And not being attacked by screes. So this is... Thank you for that energy. I always needed that. So I am kind of interested to see what goes on in Metroid hacks. From the looks of it, most of them were made to be harder or along those lines, and that's a weird floor. That was weird. But yeah, most of them were made to be harder, or basically graphics hacks. And there's a ceiling up there, so I'm not going that way, obviously. So this will be very interesting to see how things go with these hacks, because I really don't know what to expect. And yeah, dead end. No morph yet. I'm kind of thinking I probably should have had that by now, but then again, you never know. There are some hacks that like to give you Morph Ball late. I don't know necessarily about regular old NES Metroid hacks, but... And you know, I don't actually think there's anybody who's done... I could be, and I am probably wrong about this, but I don't believe there was anybody I recognized as doing a Super Metroid hack that released an NES Metroid hack, which I think is kind of interesting, although I also kind of understand it because there's another door. There's a whole nother separate, I guess, editor to learn, game engine to know. So I guess, see, I can kind of see it from that point. You'd have to do 2 separate editors. You'd have to do at least make 2 hacks. And making a hack is not exactly easy. Even if you are starting with, or starting at a point where you've got a lot of stuff in there already, it's still not easy. Hi, Waver. Nicest enemy in all Metroid. Except for the blue ones. They're diseased. And the wonderful liquid stuff. Acid, lava, magma, whatever it is. See, in Metroid, the acid and magma, the I guess damage they dealt were different than in Super Metroid. Because I believe, if I recall this correctly. Oh, hey, wait, what is this? Here we go. Here's our Morph Ball, and we got some interesting palette issues going on underneath. Never seen white before. There's all kinds of palette issues that will pop up in this game, which I love. It doesn't really do anything to the game, but I just love seeing the little issues coming up with the palettes, because you just see these weird random colors, which, if I remember correctly, is actually loading the first palette that comes into play at that point, I think. And these guys are just having a grand old time. Just bounce back and forth and wave. Yay. Enemies are pretty mindless in most video games. Like, we're just obstacles. Okay, so we got Morph Ball. Could go back and check that thing that I needed Morph Ball in, if I so wanted. I have new stuff to explore. And I like these the gold block area. Not as much as the bubble area, but which there'd better be a bubble area. Bubble area in this hack. I will be very disappointed if there isn't. You know, what kind of Metroid game would it be without bubbles? And there's stuff, and here's stuff. I guess I'm going this way. So yes, an interesting thing about Metroid. And I'm in the item room and I don't have missiles. I'm guessing I can't do anything? How did I know? Stupid door. Okay, so anyway. An interesting thing about how Metroid works is it goes from vertical room to horizontal scrolling room. So if, like, this room will scroll horizontally, the next room will be vertical. And then after that, the next one will be horizontal again. It's quite interesting how the game engine works with that. And Metroid is one of those video games, I know I brought this up before in the regular Metroid playthrough, or in one of the bonus videos, I forget which I did it in. But the secret worlds in Metroid don't actually exist in the game. It's just because of where you go in the game, it cannot load nothing. And so it loads some combination of tiles, level, and whatever. Which is where you get the secret world, and well, you get a lot of like permit stocks and all that. And for those who are really smart, I believe, they can kind of manipulate what loads. Either that or they just know. And I have missiles, I'm going back. But either they can figure out what'll load next and kind of manipulate that, or they just know what is going on there. But secret world exploring is fun. But I don't think I'm going to do that in Hack. It might be interesting to see what you can come up with though. So all the way back to wherever this item room was. I think it was down. Right in here if I remember. You can't really tell because this all looks familiar. Oh, get out here. Blasted screes. So yeah, there have been a few of these. I do plan on beating all of them. Getting videos of them all up. But that is proving difficult. Just because some of these, either I am completely stupid, getting myself lost where I shouldn't be lost. And what do we have here? You jerk. You can't. Okay. I am. You can't put an item room without an item in it. That is just not right. This is not. I am having issues with this hack now. Why would you do that? Seriously, why would you make an item room with no item? Does not make sense. Fine, we'll just keep looking around. That's just mean. Going to write a review based just on that item room there. That fake item room. There's no item in there. And I'm not going that way. Great. So what good is back here for? Except for bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and more bouncing. Yay, bouncing Morph Ball. Oh, good lord. What in the world? Oh, good. Good grief, dude. What in the world? Oh. It ended. Well, that's... I'm a long way from where I started. Okay, so that must have been one of the rooms that was mentioned as being, like, as long as it possibly could be. Which actually might have some interesting... There could be some very interesting applications for something that long in this game. So we're like a fall pit. Just some random pit, like the energy tank in Ridley. We just run toward it and you fall. Except in this case, you fall forever and ever. Out here. So yeah, I have never actually looked in Metroid, just what you use to make these hacks. Or it's an editor for the NES Metroid, I guess I should say. Pretty sure everybody used that, but I have no idea. Now we'll get out here. And you drop a missile. That is one of the things Super did fix, which was quite nice. Enemies only drop what you need, and if you don't need anything, they don't drop anything. And sometimes, especially in like terrain, and good lord, this hallway's long. But yeah, sometimes, like, especially in terrain, you will get low on missiles or health or something like that. One of the two, that's the only things you can get low on. And the Metroids do give you more. The energy dots and their missile drops do give you more. They give you like 30 of each. But sometimes they get stuck on giving you energy, so you get full of that, but they keep giving you energy and more energy, and you run really low on missiles to the point where you can't beat it without more missiles. And I have actually had it happen where I ran out of missiles trying to collect missiles from them, just because the game hated me. And that was not fun. Because then you have to go out of terrain to go back, get missiles from regular enemies, and that takes forever in the original. And I'm still at the bottom. Get out here. That little pingy noise is still wonderful though. I also like the bomb noise in this game. It's like the most powerful bomb noise ever. Well, not really, but I like the bomb. And the little pingy noise. Okay, so where in the world? I guess I'm just going to be going up forever since I fell forever. You fell down Mount Everest? You can climb up Kilimanjaro now. Okay, you stupid ripper. Which this certainly seems like it's going to take a little bit. So far though, this seems to be pretty, I guess, normal compared to some of the others I've played. And enemy placement and stuff. So that's okay. Except for that. More energy, just what I always wanted. Yes, boingy boingy. And there is literally no door around here. How tall did you make this thing? Good grief. I think I would just about... This is... Good lord. I don't know what to say. This is one tall thingy shaft. And if I would find something... Actually, this... I think I'll end up cutting the video off in here because this is already getting up there. And this is just going to keep going. So good lord. Where does this thing end? Oh, here we go. We'll see you for the next part.